Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Hindsight Lad, and I'm here to discuss with you guys everything superhero. Today's video is going to be based on a very special character. He first made his appearance in the comic Avengers 9 in 1964, and it was none other than Wonder Man. Marvel Studios has just released their 8 episodic show titled Wonder Man. We were finally introduced to Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, played by Yahya Abdul Mateen, but we also got Ben Kingsley's Trevor Slattery back again. Like I've said, no one would have thought that Trevor Slattery would have had this character arc. We saw him in Shang-Chi, and now he's here again in Wonder Man, reprising his role. Now, this show was something I was really looking forward to because I genuinely loved the trailer, and it was a very out-of-the-box project for Marvel Studios to be presenting during this time. In the comics, Wonder Man had a very different origin. He was working with Professor Zemo, who then helped him get his powers. But in this show, we are introduced to Wonder Man with a very different and fresh origin story. Something that I genuinely like. We meet Simon Williams here, who is an aspiring actor, but we also see Trevor Slattery finally coming back to LA to become the actor that he wanted to be. Both of these characters throughout the show have stakes of their own, but the friendship that these two share has been showcased in such a beautiful manner. The chemistry that Ben Kingsley and Yahya Abdul shared was so beautiful to see. They had some really great scenes and they delivered with such beautiful performances. This show was very interesting because of the creative choices that they have made. We got to see Wonder Man's powers in glimpses. Right from the first episode, they showed us glimpses of his powers that finally crescendoed to when he finally let out all that pent up anger in the explosion at the set of Wonder Man. I really love how the show showcased how an actor really wanted a role and the journey that both Simon and Trevor go through to get the parts in this film. Few episodes were so brilliantly made. I really loved the Doorman episode and it was so creatively thought out. I also really liked the episode Callback where all the actors are there and we get to see instances of them rehearsing and them doing exercises that will help them get into the space of the character. The show was so meta and yet so grounded. I genuinely loved the relationship that Simon shared with his dad. It really felt so intimate. But I also really liked the way they showcased his relationship with his mom. We saw 2-3 glimpses that were such beautifully written scenes. And it felt so good to see a show like this come out from Marvel right now. Although in the comics, Simon's brother eventually goes on to become the Grim Reaper. In this show, however, his brother was sort of a common man, or that's what we think as of now. In this show, we also got the return of the Department of Damage Control. Now, we first heard of this in Spider-Man Homecoming, and then we saw this character, played by Ariane Moayed, interrogate Peter Parker in No Way Home. Well, he's back, and this time behind Simon Williams. Trevor Slattery working with the DODC to kind of rat out Simon Williams was so beautifully orchestrated. I really like that Trevor had stakes in this, and yet in the end, he comes out and showcases himself as the Mandarin. That was so cool to see, and I really hope there's more to play with this in the future. It's something that I cannot wait to look forward to. In this show, we actually saw Trevor get affected by the aftermath of him portraying himself as a Mandarin, and it was really cool to see that even after that, he went ahead and released that video just to keep Simon playing Wonder Man. In the comics, Wonder Man has had a variety of costumes and suits across the ages as he has evolved. In this show, we finally get to see Wonder Man wear his suit in the last episode, and he looked phenomenal. Like I always keep saying, we are in the ages for comic accurate suits, and that suit was so comic accurate. He looked so good. I really love what they did with the shades. It was such a beautiful touch. Him getting the same shades that was used on the set of the original Wonder Man. Oh my god. And this was such a fun show and it was so new and Marvel really hit it out of the park with this one. Destin Daniel Cretton, my guy. This guy's come after Shang-Chi, he's worked on Wonder Man, and now he's coming out later this July with Brand New Day. And I cannot wait. Marvel is cooking this year. Their slate looks absolutely stacked and I cannot wait for the future. But coming back to Wonder Man, I really hope that this was an origin season and we do get a season 2, or I really hope we get to see Wonder Man in the MCU sometime around. This is genuinely one of the best Marvel shows that has come out in a very long time, and I really hope to see a future with this character. We are just getting started on seeing the grandeur and the power that Wonder Man brings to the table. I cannot wait to see Marvel unfold more stories with this character. But that's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.